Good to know.
I think we can just flash the ID. I think we actually can just walk up and they would just let us in.
Probably.
No disrespect to tennis,
So
but
good to know. I gotta remember that this is gonna make noise if I moved around. I gotta grip this. Anyways, hello and welcome
welcome back.
to World Class Athlete. It's been a weird week.
It has.
Specifically in basketball. Not to get too into it. Oh. Those might not be players, actually. I wouldn't be surprised, though, because they should be coming home soon. There was also some track stuff going on across the street, so could be that.
Could be track.
But I think it was high school track, because there were so many buses.
I saw 2 people in track uniforms running for Rogers. That's what they had on them. And I was like, you're a little far from home.
Yeah, there were like 30 buses over.
That's probably a high school
lot. Yeah.
Anyways,
not the point. Would you like to talk about that?
Yeah. So my microphone is this light up noodle thing, for lack of a better term. I got it at the Kentucky game, the same day we got to do college game day and all that. And they just handed them out to all of us, and it's really cool. It's kind of broken, but it's really cool.
Nice.
Yeah. What do you got?
A toothbrush that I got at my last dentist appointment a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
I've had the little bag they give you in my front seat ever since my appointment, and so I remembered to bring it up today. I was like, okay, well,
There you go.
this is a good shape. So yeah,
It looks like a nice toothbrush.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Got a song?
My song, I don't have one off the top of my head. I know. I thought about it when I pulled in, and I was like, I don't know what song I'm going to say.
I had to think about it on my way here, so.
I'm going to go with Cardigan by Taylor Swift, because when we were driving back from our retreat today, it was a song that came on the playlist, and it's a good one.
True.
Little sadder, not sadder, little, well, maybe sad depending on how you take it. A little less
Slower.
yeah, upbeat than what I normally say, but good song. I like it. That's what we're going with.
I'll match the vibe a little bit.
Okay.
I'll do Snow Angel by Renee Rapp.
I love Renee Rapp.
Oh, I know. That song's been stuck in my head off and on the past couple weeks. And I wish that I could sing that well. Did you see her SNL performance?
Yeah.
She was laying on the ground.
So good.
I was like, girl.
Ugh, I love her. She's so great.
Mm-hmm. Queen.
For
The
real.
queen of saying anything and everything that comes to the top of her head.
Yeah, the media training out the window whenever she's doing media.
Did you see they made fun of it on SNL?
Yeah.
She was like, I had court-ordered community service.
It's so good.
Queen. But anyways, so there's that. I guess we'll talk about college game day.
College game
All
day.
the crazy things that happened.
That was a long day
Bit of a fever dream.
where we spent 12 hours at Bud Walton Arena.
Never thought I'd be able to
Say that I spent
a 12-hour day.
half a day.
In Bud Walton.
But it was good. Got there 7:30ish to get in line to go in.
Mm-hmm.
They did let us in right at 8:30. They could have taken pity on us because it was cold and rainy, but they didn't. That's
No.
fine though. We got good seats. We were right in the middle.
Right behind the desk.
Yeah, you could see us. Got on TV multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
So that was good.
A sign
Yeah.
that was on TV. Still, I wish I had a Hogs Plus account because I really want to see. So I brought a sign. It said, "Welcome to the Palace." It's arguably my best sign.
It was
I've
a
made.
really good sign.
I did it right here on the ground and
Right here on the floor.
used a pencil first to make sure it all
Right.
lined up. But they had a photographer come by and take a picture of me holding it, like where my face was in it. And then they had a videographer come and take like a 30-second still shot of just the sign.
And you were just
no idea where those pieces of media have gone.
awkwardly holding it.
Oh, I was holding it above my head because there were people in front of us. And so I was like, okay, my biceps are tingling a little bit. But yeah, no idea where that footage went or those pictures. I love that they acted like, they're like, oh, we're going to take your picture. And then like, okay, so can I get that?
Can I see it or what?
Like, all right, thanks. Bye.
Sometimes I do wish I had a Hogs Plus account because I like watch the little, I don't know if commercial's the right word, but you know,
the little trailer.
And I'm like, oh, that looks really interesting. And then I'm like, I'm not paying for a Hogs.
I think they give you like a month free when you graduate. So maybe like after graduation, I'll actually sign up and then like watch.
You just have to watch everything.
Yeah, because then I'll be able to go back and watch. I really want to watch the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And then like the Duke game. When did they start Hogs Plus? Because is that Auburn game on there and like the
potentially
last year's Kentucky game?
I feel like we've had Hogs Plus the entire time I've been in college. Or maybe not my freshman year.
Yeah.
But I feel like for
I think it's been 2 years.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Or like they started it my freshman year or something. I don't know. But I've gone majority of my college career with it. I think. I'm pretty sure.
But like, because I feel like both of us go to so many sporting events. We have to at least be
I'm bound to be in it.
Especially like if they did anything about like regionals, super regionals for baseball.
Oh, yeah.
And we were sat in the lawn. Like, there's got to be at least
when
something.
I was sat in line.
Yeah.
Then to go sit in the line.
There's got to be at least one clip that I'm in.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I got to be in the background of something.
But I really want to see if, like, my sign and or my face is in the one from last weekend.
I'm sure the sign is. It was I made it on the Instagram, so I'm sure
it
made it into the Hogs Plus.
I was pretty proud of that. I was like, I wish they didn't get one where, like, someone's hand was in front of it because it kind of cut it off. But I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Even though my face isn't in it, that's pretty sick.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. But no, it was... Yeah, so I guess should we start with should we just line out just the timeline of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got there. We got inside at 8:30. Soaking wet.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
It was the arena got humid real quick when all of us filed in there because of just the rain coming off of us.
Yeah, and we were they had us squished up next to people.
It was really cool though to see the setup.
Yeah.
And everything and all the behind the scenes work.
Very bright.
It was
for my little blue eyes.
Really bright for your
poor
little eyes.
No, my favorite was there was a guy behind us who they moved these floodlights right in front of us because the people went the hosts went I don't know, 10 rows probably behind us.
Yeah, something like that.
And so they set up these floodlights right in front of us. And this guy behind me goes, oh, that hurts my eyes. I should have brought sunglasses. And I had made that joke 2 minutes before. And so we were both like, I wonder if he has blue eyes.
Blue eyes.
So I turned out the dude did have blue eyes.
You weaklings.
Sorry. But anyways. So we just did a couple pre-film things for other stuff first.
Yeah.
And they would come film little TV spots here and there.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be just one or two hosts. They made us call the Hogs.
We booed a baby.
Yeah.
People got mad about us booing a baby.
People were real mad about that. Okay, y'all, you would do it too, okay?
To be so for real, that baby had no idea what was going on. If the parents had a problem with it, they wouldn't have shown the baby a second time.
You know what? I was booing the parents because they didn't put ear protection on that baby.
Yeah.
Shame on you for not putting headphones on your baby, taking them to a place where people are loud. Okay?
We booed a baby. Get over it. I'd boo the baby again. I don't know what you want from me. It's
people
just
were
a baby.
Real mad about that one, which is hilarious.
I thought it was funny.
But, yeah. And then, the hosts came out.
Jay will let people try to shoot a basket from...
It was free throws.
Yeah.
and he was betting money on
it.
The way he chose people, though, was just so aggressive.
Yeah.
He was, like, squinting, and then he'd go, like, the teacher, like, come here.
It was kind of scary. Like, if he was pointing at me, I'd be a little scared.
And then someone, like, went down, and he goes, oh, no, not you, the other one. And, like, sent him back up. Didn't even give him a chance. He was like, no, you don't.
Not you.
He was just going off vibes only.
Selected.
Vibes only.
One person did make it. And they did get money from him.
Like a 20 or something.
It was a bigger bill.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't cheaping them out.
I guess they showed clips of that because my mom was like, didn't they have like 2 different people doing half shots? And I was like, no, but he was betting money that they couldn't make free throws. And she was like, oh. But then the actual show happened. That was fun.
Yeah.
I was kind of afraid of becoming a meme since we were right behind the desk.
Yeah.
Thankfully, we didn't.
Yeah.
The guy who did the half-court shots did become one, though.
Yeah. And he was proud that he became
we told him.
when we told him about it.
Because he ended up sitting right in front of us. But we'll get to that part.
You're right.
In a minute. In a minute. But then what else happened, like, during or after? Like, right after the show, Reese, don't know his last name, he was so nice. He, like, stayed and took pictures with every single person that wanted to.
He thanked us for coming out.
Yeah.
He was really polite.
He
really nice guy.
He reminded me of Tom Cruise a little bit in, like, a vibes and, like, energy kind of way.
Yeah.
I do hear that Tom Cruise is the same kind of way, though, where it's, like, he'll just, like, if 10,000 people wanted to meet him, like, he would stay until someone was physically dragging him out of the building. So I thought that was sweet, though. He was like, oh, yeah, like, I would love to take pictures with you guys. Like, shaking people's hands, super nice. So that was cool.
Yeah.
Because, like, none of the other hosts, at that point at least, stayed out afterwards.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of like, oh, like, he seems like an actually good
dude. Nice guy.
And then the show, after it ended, a bunch of people left.
Yeah. A lot of people were
way more people than I thought were going to leave, honestly.
For the long haul.
No. Genuinely was shocked that many people left.
Yeah, but it was kind of nice, though, because at least we didn't have a whole...
Yeah,
we were able to spread out when we moved to the student section.
But then they made us go down on one side of the court and go through, like, our own little ticket lines.
We had to still scan our ticket.
They, like, set up, like...
ticket lines by the court.
Yeah. So we walked down onto the court.
Scanned the ticket. Got the wristband.
Yeah. The people were so nice, too.
They were really nice.
They were like moms, basically.
Yeah.
Being like, all right, like, we're going to take care of you. And they did. They fully did.
They spoiled us in there. I'm not going to lie.
We were like, they're like, we're bringing you guys lunch. You're getting Slims. We became... What did they call it? Slimfluencers?
Yeah, we became Slimfluencers.
I posted on my story because Slims follows me. Still don't know why.
Yeah.
What happened to cause that, but I'm fine with it. I think because they follow me, they saw that and they were like, oh, she's a Slimsfluencer.
It was good Slims. I would endorse it.
We were starving.
Yes. So they gave us Slims when we were in the student section. And then... Body Armor to drink, and they let us choose the Body Armor flavor that we wanted,
which doesn't 3 flavors.
Yeah,
it was orange, cherry lime, and then lemon
lime, something like that. Which doesn't sound impressive when you're like, oh, they let us choose, but like we've never been able to choose a drink choice when they just hand things out. It's just whatever they're giving out, and so the ability to choose was nice. It was.
Because they're like, oh, you don't want this one? Okay, cool. Like, let me go get one of the other ones. So I was like, oh, thank you.
So that was good. And then we just hung around for a little bit. They put on the K-State basketball game. I forgot who they were playing.
I don't know, but didn't they get beat or something?
I think so. Maybe. I don't remember.
Because K-State was wearing those awful lavender uniforms. That's how I remember.
But they put that on the big screen for us.
Then they brought us popcorn.
Yes. That was good.
While it was like while Reese and Jay were doing a halftime report for another game. Maybe that game. I don't know.
I don't know what game it was for.
Then they were like, at the desk, they were like, oh, what's that? Like, they have popcorn? Like, what's going on over there?
They gave us popcorn. The popcorn they gave us like big bags of popcorn too.
Did not finish.
No.
I think I only ate like a quarter of mine.
I couldn't.
It was really salty, though.
It was good, though.
It was good. Hit the spot. And then J. Will came and took pictures with people.
Yes.
Gave him a bracelet.
Yes.
He was very appreciative of that.
He was very nice when we
He
took our
was.
picture with him.
When I gave him my bracelet, he was like, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, you're welcome.
And then someone bet him that
$20.
Yeah, that he couldn't make a half court shot. And he was like, okay. And he did make the half court shot. And then he said it was because of his lucky bracelet.
Yeah, and he held
which
it
was
up.
pretty cool. And then
then people booed him for taking the money, and he's like, he put $20 down. I'm gonna take it. He tried to give it back.
And then we booed him for trying to give it back.
Well,
or not
but the guy was like, no, man, like I bet it, like I'm not gonna take the money
everyone
back.
was like, no, keep the money.
Keep the money,
which was fun.
Yeah, and then also Reese was out there still.
Yeah.
Someone was asking about Jim Harbaugh, which was really funny.
Yeah,
he was just like, yeah, I've met him. He's really nice, but he knows how to dodge a question. Which I was like, all right.
That's so fair.
And then they brought us T-shirts.
Yes. And cookies.
I almost wore mine. If we had won, I would have worn it today, but we did not win today, so.
They brought us T-shirts and cookies.
Yes,
And
from
that
Jimmy
was really
John's.
nice.
Definitely leftover from Christmas because they were peppermint chocolate.
Probably.
But
Mine
they
was
were
chocolate
good.
chip, but I ate it anyways.
I love a good peppermint, and so that was a good cookie. Couldn't finish it. It was massive. It was like this thick.
They were some
like
big
this big
cookies.
around.
They gave us these little things.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was it.
You took your ASMR video.
I did an ASMR video. Yeah.
Those little posters.
We did get posters. That was cool.
Oh, the net hats.
Oh, yes.
That we got
the
in the
hats.
show.
Oh, and the little...
I should have used mine today.
The accordion...
Oh, yeah. Those
poster thingy.
Pull-out things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got all kinds of cool stuff.
Yes, and you can see nearly all of it in the ASMR video.
On my TikTok.
On Joel's TikTok.
We should have posted it on this account. Maybe I did repost it on that account, I think. But yeah, and then the game happened.
Yeah.
It's the fact
we started so strong.
We were in it for 35 of 40 minutes of play, and the last 5 minutes we deteriorated.
We crumbled.
It was like
a soggy paper towel.
Like I saw it in Caleb Battle's face. As soon as we got down 5, he was like, "Oh, we lost." Yeah. And I was like, "You have 5 minutes left. Just make 2 threes and you'll be up 1." Like, what do you mean we've lost? And
it was a little painful because we really we had it.
Yeah. And at that point it was like we're not gonna fully get into it, but everyone knew Devo was gone and not going to be at that game. And so everyone was kind of like, well, this is weird. Like, what's going on? Mm. But, the team's playing really well. And, Trevin couldn't play because of his knee. Right. And so we're just like, oh, wow, this is amazing. We're actually playing, really well.
This is, despite the circumstances of 2 people being out.
Yeah, and then it was just like, oh, what, stop doing that.
No,
play.
Play.
Just,
please.
Shoot it, please. What are you doing?
No, rebound, please.
Yeah. Makai Mitchell, though, stand out.
Played a great game.
And Wednesday, too. The 2 best games I've ever seen him play. He finally, started being oh, I can use my body and not foul people. Yeah. I think he, finally figured out that balance.
The fine line. Yeah. He was walking with
where he's like, oh, I can make rebounds if I want to. And I can put it in. I can just stand in the lane and, block.
When he plays a good game, we as a team play a great game.
Yeah. Yeah. And we had Tremont. Mm-hmm. Made a big difference. Honestly, Jalen Graham has really stepped it up this past week. He probably was the standout today, honestly. He scored pretty well today. Yeah. But we'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, no, it was just a weird vibe switch. At the end of the game.
It's just they got all energy sucked out of them.
Well, it's we literally had a lead the entire game up until then. And then all of a sudden, they're going point for point. And then it's 3 down. And then as soon as we hit 5 down, it's oh.
Once we started going point for point, I was worried.
I was getting nervous. And I was we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Do well when we go point for point.
We did in the Duke game.
Yeah.
And then.
But for the most part, we had to get out early and get a lead, I think, so they feel a little more comfortable and confident.
Well, and that's the other thing. Almost every game where we start with the lead, we end up winning. Right. And so then it's when they do get down to there, I'm like, oh no.
I know. If we have the lead going into the half, I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
it's
but I
in
don't
the
feel
bag.
as nervous.
The game's
Yeah.
like we're good. But it was as soon as we started going point for point, I was like, oh no. Oh
yeah, it
no.
was. So,
but I think we played up until the end, we played really well. So if we could just play like that,
yeah.
all 40 minutes.
Yeah. But overall, it was still worth it, I think.
Like, yeah.
The 12 hours that we spent just for the experience, it was just like.
And I mean, like, it was we didn't win, but it was a good game.
Yeah. It was like, because it was close, it was still entertaining.
Right.
Whereas, like, if we were getting blown out like we did today, I'm not one to leave basketball games early, but if we were down 30, I probably
would consider
would have.
it. Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I would have joined the fake fans.
Yeah.
And I probably would have left. Or maybe I would have stayed and let traffic die down.
You went to the Auburn one, didn't you?
Yes.
Where we lost by 30?
Yeah.
So, did you leave early at that game?
No, I think I stayed the whole game.
Oh, you're
maybe.
a real fan.
I can't remember. I don't remember. But.
Well, it's fine.
I think I made us stay. I had
as,
some false
as
hope.
you should.
I was just like, no, we're real fans.
No, we have to stay.
I was like, I have a reputation to uphold.
I mean, yeah, no, I probably still would stay, actually.
I was like,
for the vibes.
I was like, if we leave now, we're going to get stuck in traffic.
Yeah.
If we leave when the game ends, no one's going to be out.
You know what's crazy is that also, so today we lost to LSU. The gym team lost last night to LSU as well.
Ugh.
But to be fair, LSU had their record highest score ever.
Yeah.
So, but we also had 2 girls that fell on vault, and on bars, and that's what got us. But honestly, other than that, we did pretty dang good. Not the point. Also, they showed Paul Skeens too much. Paul Skeens is ruining women's collegiate gymnastics.
Ruining women's sports.
I don't want to see him on my. I don't need to see
it.
He's
like the Taylor Swift.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't need to see that man when I'm watching a women's sport. Like, what is this?
No, who even is he? Why do we want to see him?
Way too much screen time on Paul Skeens.
I don't want to see him. He doesn't even know what he's
talking
about.
As if they didn't show him for only 15 seconds when she did her bar routine. Not even 15, like 5.
Like a whole 4 seconds. Mm-hmm. I don't want to see him. Yeah. I don't want to know he was there.
Exactly. He should be playing baseball.
Yeah.
Doing his job.
Things to do.
Don't you have baseball to do, Paul Skeens? I was trying to think of a Sharon Osbourne, or what's her name? Not Sharon.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know her name.
I was trying to make a joke, but now I can't think of one that works.
I can't either.
If we took all of the clips of Paul Skeens out of a collegiate gymnastics match, who would be watching your meets, Livy Dunn? Oh, that's
in the sense that.
Yeah, he ruined it for me. But yeah, so Arkansas beat Mizzou, thank goodness, because
that'd been bad.
We're 3rd worst, right in front of Mizzou and Vandy. We always have Vandy and we always have Mizzou.
Yeah, so true.
Same can't be said for football this year.
No.
But, maybe that was a one-off.
Hey, but baseball's coming up.
I know. I'm like, not to give up, but like, baseball track season? Tennis season? Like,
we're winning.
Yeah. But no, like, the Mizzou game was not, like, that was our best playing in months.
Yeah.
Like, it was actually an enjoyable game to watch.
It was nice to see them get a win.
It was good to see them stomp on Mizzou after most of the rumors about our team were made up by Mizzou fans. Like, I think that was just a nice little nail in the coffin on that. Like, interesting. It's nice psychological warfare you have going on there. But did you see that there were a bunch of guys that wore dresses in the student section at that game?
No, I didn't.
So, like, 15 or 20 frat boys dressed up, like, put on tight dresses.
Ew. No one wants to see that.
No. And wore them to make fun of our players in their student section.
Right.
And then they lost. And it's like
I know the walk back to the car,
yeah,
walk back to
or
the
to
frat
their
house
dorm. Yeah.
was silent.
Yeah. Oh, that was loud. I wonder if I can find that picture
It
because
was definitely someone that went, "Gosh, Kyle, what do
I
you
wonder
even
if I
think
liked
about
it.
this? Why this is such a stupid idea?"
it truly was. I hope I saved it. Oh, I thought this was a very funny picture that New Heights edited of Travis.
That is cute.
But man, maybe not. Oh, here. Like also what's a hairline?
Yeah.
But yeah, no.
That's bold.
Also, these are definitely like their mom's dresses. Like these are dresses they took from their mom or grandma's closet.
Yeah.
These
Also,
are,
if you're gonna dress up to make fun of people, your hairline needs to be right.
yeah. Well, this dude's got his in a spike, like a Liberty spike.
They're all bad.
Yeah,
They just those guys just look like they go to Mizzou. You know,
Yeah.
like they just look it.
Yeah. So at least we have that under our belt.
So true.
And then today we fell apart. I don't know what. Did you see Makai yelled at Coach?
Yeah, I saw.
Tried to get into it with him.
Yeah, I saw something about it.
That's crazy.
I was in the car while the game was being played, but I was like, just keep terrible service because I was in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma. So I was keeping up with it by ESPN and like Twitter, and so I saw like a clip of it or something someone posted.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh,
it was a little crazy.
I said,
a little heated.
I said, oh.
And Tremont was like, yo.
Yeah, hey. He's like, hey, you're going to make the whole team run tomorrow. Shut up.
Chill.
He's like, Coach, you're going to have us run these bleachers till we puke.
For real. Yeah, no, so that was crazy.
Yeah. I wish... See, now if Hogs Plus mic'd up the games and did an uncensored version...
I think they tried doing that once and then had to scrap it.
I would pay for it. If they give me an uncensored, I would watch the whole
thing. That's the thing. They're too scared to show off what these guys are actually saying.
But I want to see the uncensored stuff. And I would pay for Hogs Plus there.
Especially the stuff they say in the huddle when they're all touching each other and being weird.
Yeah. I just want to know.
Yeah.
I've never wanted to read people's minds until I see interactions on the other side of the court where I can't hear what they're saying. And then I'm like, maybe I'm just a really nosy person. I don't know.
Oh, I know I am.
I am a nosy person.
See, that's my thing. It's like all of this rumor stuff. Even if I like knew what was actually going on and I like 100% knew, I wouldn't be like going and spilling it to like the press or talking about it on here. I just want to know for me. Like,
right.
That's
like, why do other
I
people,
just like to know things. Like, I like to just know what's going on at any given time.
Right.
Like, I don't care if anybody else knows. I just want to know for me.
I fully agree. Who cares who else knows?
Yeah, no.
I just want to know.
Exactly.
I just want a full and complete story.
Like, I want this whole tapestry painted in my head, and nobody else has to know it except for maybe the people that I tell.
And it's under lock and key
so we can talk about it.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's making it out to one other person.
Yeah. Exactly.
Literally you.
Yeah.
Then we're good.
Yeah. As long as I have one person to talk to about it, then I'm good.
We're fine.
And that's all that matters.
I wouldn't be tweeting about it.
No.
I wouldn't be calling up news stations.
I wouldn't be posting on Yik Yak about it.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't need to do that.
Of all social medias to post about it, Yik Yak.
I'll have to show you a Yik Yak I saved that was really funny about it all. But speaking of those, since they were most likely started by a Mizzou fan, but also just in general, literally, why make up stupid rumors about people you don't know and then just like hating on them?
Just leave these boys alone.
Yeah. Especially people who clearly something else is going on. Like, there's obviously a reason that one of our players has not been playing, and I don't know what that is. You don't know what that is.
Respect the privacy.
This is the same dude who's been, like, hated on all season. I'm pretty sure he's gotten, like, death threats. Like, obviously that takes a toll.
Guys, these are 20-something-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Be so for real.
Yeah. Like, and people are like, we'll just like block out the noise. Like, don't check Twitter. Okay, these are people like scream stuff in their faces. It's not just social media. Like
just let them live.
Yeah. Just like
let them worry about. We have bigger fish to fry, homie. Okay, let them worry about their basketball performance.
Yeah, but even then, like, there are things bigger than basketball, and I don't understand how there are grown men who don't understand that.
No, let them.
That is just
let these boys maybe go to class. Definitely go to practice.
Yeah, just let them
live their life.
Do their thing.
So maybe we'll win another game here in a minute.
Yeah,
please.
And if we don't. I mean, it sucks, but, like, they're people. Like, there's
You couldn't play any better than them.
For real. That's the other crazy thing.
It's all these guys. I would have gone pro, but, my knee.
These are the same people that think they could beat Caitlin Clark in a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Like, be so real right now.
You could not.
No. You couldn't beat a high schooler on a one-on-one.
Literally. Honestly, a 5-year-old might be able to get them. Let's be real. With the little Tykes hoop.
Yeah.
I think a 5-year-old might beat them.
So, shut up. And stop being weird and rude. But, on the other hand, the basketball players did handle it very funnily.
The Instagram stories were funny.
Yeah.
And I think the most appropriate way to deal with it.
Yeah. Shout out to Jalen Graham and Trevor Brazil for taking it in stride in a way, I guess. Like, being like, turning it on everybody else.
Shout out for them for having humor as a coping mechanism.
For real.
Because that was funny. That was good. The comedic timing on it,
because if they had doubled down, it would have just been so much worse. And the fact that they're like, I'm going to turn this into a meme is so much better. It's so funny. I just know the people
I know your managers and PR people might not be telling you it was really funny.
But it was
funny. It was hilarious.
I like being 100% genuine was laughing out loud, and I was in public when I
I was walking on campus. Actually.
I was in the Hyper. I was about to get on the elevator when I originally saw Jalen's. Started laughing. I had my hand over my mouth. Almost ran into someone while trying to go into the elevator who was coming out, and I was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Try not to laugh. And then I opened Twitter, and I see Trevin had posted something, and so I go back to Instagram, and I start laughing again because I'm like, "This is
cackling in the
so
elevator."
Ridiculous. Well, by that point, I was in the hallway.
Oh, in the hallway.
So I was just like, and then I kept thinking about it randomly during class, and just
giggling.
Yeah, I would think about it, and I'd be like,
It's
the kind of thing that sticks with you, man.
Oh, it's so funny, and I think it is the best way to handle that.
Yeah.
Because what else would you do?
What else are you going to do? No, it's not true. Okay.
All right. A little
and
suspicious.
then everyone's going to be like, yeah, okay.
All right. Real defensive about it. Okay.
Yeah. They don't have a tree pane on their side like Taylor Swift does.
People need to be able to call Tree Pain in for emergency situations.
What if you just called Tree up?
What if you just called Taylor up?
But yeah, no.
Too good.
But on the other hand, stop posting weird things on your public social media accounts. If you're specifically an athlete. Not going to name names, but please. Posting on your public account somewhat sexual images, that's not a good idea. That's a really bad idea, actually.
I would much rather have an athlete post the boring professional sports shots they get from their media team and post the picture with some weird rap lyric, pose by your car.
Yeah, that one's a little
overdone,
because
but
then everyone knows what car you drive. But, that's still a better...
But I don't want
There are two things not to post. There's that and time and location.
Literally, do not show me what you drive and do not tell me where you are and what you're doing. You can show me where you've been.
Yes.
But don't show me where you're going. Don't show me
Mhm.
where you're at currently.
No.
That is a safety thing, my guy.
That is such a bad
Like, purely for your safety, do not tell me where you currently are. Don't tell
Mhm.
anybody.
No.
Post it later.
Yeah.
Please. Like, do they not make them take, like, do they not have at least some form of one meeting in the preseason that talks about their social media?
Well, I know they do for the baseball team because Jess has told us this.
Right. Like, you,
So I know that they're doing it for some, but what
I would assume
what about
all.
basketball?
Because,
Probably same could be said about football. I don't
no, I just don't get,
there's too many football players to follow
yeah.
to know of what they're doing. But like basketball specifically,
Also, if you're posing in front of your car and your apartment complex requires a parking pass sticker, do not pose in front of your car.
or
Because I don't need to see your apartment complex.
or if you're
parking
from a
pass
state
sticker.
with a front license plate,
Yes!
stand in front of the license
Block
plate.
it.
Don't let people look up your car's registration information.
Literally.
Like,
Block your license plate. First, just don't even show us your car. Like,
no.
I understand you
It's-
want to show off your car.
This is making me laugh because it's making me realize like the world that men live in. Because these are all men that we're talking about. Like every woman knows better
Right.
because we're like afraid of being stalked and harassed and kidnapped, and men are just like, oh, like
You want my social
I'm gonna
security
be-
and my mother's
yeah.
maiden name too?
yeah, I'm gonna be at this place at 7 p.m. Come pull up, like.
Homie, these are strangers.
Yeah. But no, it's the weirdly sexual pictures. Please. I don't
Also,
I don't wanna see
the little
that.
cryptic captions or little cryptic messages on black screens on your stories.
those ones are kind of funny though. Most
They're-
of the time.
They're a little weird. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, but yeah, if you're gonna spill tea, just spill it. Like, you
Like-
know,
Like, be a man and say it with
Yeah.
your chest.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
stop making me overanalyze Drake lyrics to try to figure out what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because
True.
I have homework due, and I
Yeah.
can't.
I don't
be
have
doing
time
this.
to do investigative journalism right now.
Yeah.
Just like save us the time
Just
and
tell
trouble.
me what you mean, and I'll probably be on your side. But just
Yeah.
tell me what you mean.
Yeah. But yeah, I just feel like maybe we should propose to the university. Hey, can we teach an
we
internet
just
safety class?
Teach
Because
them a
like
media class. 'Cause
I
don't
think this
they
is
get
important.
it. Because I can see all their license plates.
Yeah.
And I know their cars, and that's something I shouldn't know.
Yeah, and I can definitely tell where they live based on this picture. Like
Mhm.
maybe it's also because that's where I live, to be fair, and I
But-
can recognize. But even then, I'll like see stuff. I'm like, oh, I know exactly where that is. Like
let's just be aware of our
with
surroundings.
all like street signs in the background. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay, well,
like-
you can pinpoint that exact corner.
Yeah, we can drop a pin right where
Yeah.
that is. Like, let's
Yeah.
not do that one.
Yeah, I just
Just be safe.
yeah,
Don't.
and less weird.
Yeah.
Please, just post normal pictures.
Just watch. Just please.
If you're gonna post a selfie, waist up,
Please.
belly button and above, nothing
Or
below that.
Keep
please.
a shirt on.
That too. That's
Please.
so true.
Please.
Yeah, no, we'll just stick to collarbones up. Actually,
Let's just be fully clothed in every picture, unless you're at the beach
fair, yeah, or the pool or whatever.
or the lake. Those we understand. But other
Yeah.
than that, please, please.
Yeah, that's
Don't be weird.
So true.
Also, the use of emojis in your captions are sometimes a little odd.
Yeah, the emojis they choose sometimes. I'm like, what does this
It's-
string of images mean?
It's like bad. It's what I imagine dyslexic hieroglyphics would have been like, you know? Because they weren't using like letter. That's what I
Yeah.
imagine that would have been.
All roads lead back to ancient Egypt.
Literally. Like, I don't know what hieroglyphic
Yeah,
messages you're
what
trying
would-
to tell me with
What
these.
would Cleopatra think? WWCD. What would
would
Cleopatra do? Like,
Not post that picture. Let's be so for real.
true. But yeah, no, it's just like Man, I wish if
They're just interesting. Someone needs to do psychological research into male athletes' Instagram post.
Yeah.
Because every male athlete does roughly the same version.
Yeah.
Like the same.
Especially
thing.
within certain sports. It's like, I don't know, I feel like all baseball players kind of do the same thing.
Yeah.
Football players, it's broken down by position.
Yes.
Like, you can definitely tell what position someone plays based on the kind of content they post on social media.
So true.
Like, quarterbacks are always, like, super, like, yo, like, love God.
Yeah.
Let's get this. And then, like, running backs are just super cryptic.
Yeah.
And a little scary sometimes.
They're like, my enemies are out to get me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who?
Yeah, always got an eye
Your
out for
math,
the ops.
your
like,
math teacher?
Yeah.
Looking for your late work? Like, what do
Yeah.
you mean your enemies?
Kickers are just kind of there.
Kickers are like, look, I made this
Yeah.
list again.
I did it.
I did it. He's like, I'm partnering with this charity.
Yeah.
And you're like, good for
Aw.
you. That's so great.
Tight ends are kind of like the Travis Kelce, just kind of, or George Kittle, just kind of
Yeah.
saying stuff.
Yeah.
And
Personality
everyone kinda
hires.
laughs.
Tight ends are the personality hires of
Yeah.
the NFL. Good at their jobs, but the personality is what's you stick around.
And then there's basketball players, and they just
It's a mix of weird and cryptic.
yeah.
I would say baseball players are more like a quarterback. Except
Most
except a
baseball
little
players.
more like country in my truck.
Yeah,
you know?
a lot of baseball players are very yeehaw
Yeah.
boys. Always wearing boots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of some of them they'll use rap lyrics as a caption. And then every once in a while they'll throw you a curveball and it'll be a country song as the caption. You're like, whoa.
Like,
Your
where'd that
playlist
come
has
from?
to be wild. Like
Yeah,
the vibe switches.
true.
I mean, when you hear their
Same,
walk-up songs,
Yeah.
you're just like, all right.
Oh, I
Especially the ones
can't
that, like,
wait to
change
hear
up. I know.
this
I'm
year's
so
walk-up songs. I
excited.
didn't even think about that. Oh, that'll be awesome.
I'm just.
I
It's
hope
one of my
there's some
favorite
good ones.
It's one of my favorite parts. I love it when we're like mid-season and a player just changes his,
Yeah, and you're
and
like,
I'm like,
whoa,
what happened in your life? Like,
yeah. What's going on?
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm excited for these walk-up songs.
Apparently, our baseball team is looking quite good
That is
based
what
on
I
preseason
heard.
stuff, which, like, is this the year? We all said this about basketball this year, too,
Yes.
so knock on wood.
I am
but-
excited. I heard that the first, or like last week or
Mhm.
so was like the first practice or whatever.
Or scrimmage, I
Yeah,
think.
scrimmage or whatever. I heard that went really well.
Well, and then I guess yesterday, I think it was Kendall Diggs, hit like 105 mile an hour home.
Yeah.
run.
I heard that Kendall Diggs was hitting pretty well off of Hayden Smith,
Mhm.
which is impressive because he's such a good pitcher.
Yeah.
And then
So,
with Diggs hitting as good as he's hitting,
yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, this is it.
Woo.
We're going to win in something.
Yep. And track.
And track.
They've been setting records lately, I hear.
Track has
so
been doing good. I've been keeping up with
We
it.
got
I've been
some
looking at what
ready
they've
for
been
another
posting.
natty.
Looking at what they're posting on the gram, the
Yeah.
meat highlights.
Mm.
I mean, I'm just saying, we're coming home with hardware. That's all I'm saying. They got to get a new flag. Got to change that to 50.
Yeah, they're going to
know?
have to change the giant numbers in there from 49 to
Yeah.
50.
You
Like I
know?
said, they definitely just keep a collection of giant numbers in there so
They
they can
just
swap them out
have
every
to
year.
because they just the season is over and they just order the
they're
new
like,
one.
"Ah, well,
They're like,
okay.
shit, we're
Another
on
number."
51.
Yeah. But yeah. Should we do our dad's texting now?
Yeah. This is so not related to athletics. It kind of is, but not really. I guess because sometimes my dad texts me about the sporting events I'm at. But
Mm-hmm.
dad's text just so, dare I say professionally, almost. They text very weird.
Yeah.
And me and Chola were comparing text
Yeah. I've
from
got
our
some-
dads.
Glad we didn't do this last week because I've got some new ones.
Go ahead and start us off then.
Okay, so my most recent one that I think is like funny. So to be fair, my dad and I do inform each other of anytime we see a nicer car than ours. Specifically, anytime we see like a really nice Audi or a Maserati around here. So Wednesday, 5:17 p.m. There was an RS5 parked next to me at Home Depot today. Talking about an Audi RS5. Very nice car. I said, wow. He said, probably wanted to swap me straight across. I said, definitely. And that was the end of the conversation.
I have a tradition or a little habit where I send my dad a picture of the field or court or whatever sporting event I'm at. I sent him that. He liked the picture and then said, are the concessions open? I said, yes. He goes, you got your hot dog? I said, yep. And then he did not talk to me for the rest of the night.
So on Tuesday this past week, I went to Walmart. And so I was looking for a cube to plug in a new charging cord so I can put it at my desk in the Hyper. First of all, they have those under lock and key at the Walmart by the mall. And so I just didn't buy one. I was like, I don't want to ask a worker. Because they have to buy it at that desk. Like, they won't let you go take it to the front. You have to buy it there. So I was like, okay.
Same at the Walmart. I'm okay.
Yeah. So, but while I was over there, I saw they have reusable film camera, which I was like, they're selling what? I was like, I know we still, like, disposable cameras are still a thing. Right. But I was genuinely shocked to see, like, a true film camera in Walmart.
Right.
But it was also locked. So, but it was $20. I almost bought it, but if it was behind the stopper and I didn't want to go ask someone for help. So I sent my dad a picture. He said, how could you go wrong? Said, I was surprised to see a reusable one in Walmart. He said, that's true. The quality is probably the same as a disposable one. LOL. I said, LOL. Didn't want to bother with asking someone to unlock it for me. And then he said, gotta lock the good stuff up.
With an exclamation point.
Yeah. And I said, I guess so, or else people like me will snatch them up. And then he didn't respond.
This was one I was at a basketball game, and my dad said, we looked for you last night, but didn't see you on the telecast. It was the fact that he used the word telecast.
I'm looking at the next one that he said.
And I said, I wasn't behind the goal because, you know, where me and Chola normally sit. If we're behind the goal, sometimes you can find us.
Yeah.
I was on the side, and he was like, yeah. I think maybe, I don't know what he's referring to. He said, yeah, I thought you might be in the Must X photo.
He's talking about Twitter.
Yeah, maybe.
Which,
yeah, that's
what he is. I think it's funny
is.
that he's actually calling it X because nobody else does.
It is. The fact that he put it in quotes.
Yeah. And then, I was not.
I was not. And then he liked that message. Like, he didn't already know that I wasn't in it. But, yeah.
So I have one from Wednesday, January 24th. At 2:56 p.m., I get a text out of nowhere. Mom is next. I'm like,
that one is so funny.
What? So I say, what? No question. I just said the word what. And then he responds one word, cataract. And I had forgotten my mom. She had already had one cataract surgery. She was going to have her second one. And I forgot that it was that day. So then I said, oh, I didn't know her second eye was today. He said, yep, and then sent me a picture of her eyeball on the TV screen in the break room of the surgery center because my mom works there. And it just says, look like her, ? And I said something like that, and he didn't respond.
My dad, on January 16th at 6:25 p.m., time to change the air filter. And that was it. He does not believe in my ability. He has reason to not believe in my ability to change the air filter on time.
It's so easy. I had to do it the other day.
It is easy. I
did it at our house.
Forget to do it. He also texted me, any big plans today? And I said, nope. He said, have a good day.
That's it.
Yeah. I mean, he said he loved me. But
What did he say on this one? Oh, no. He texted me Thursday, December 28th at 11:05 a.m. He was trying to say Chick-fil-A, but he doesn't know how the proper way to spell it. So he said CHIK space FILET, like the normal fillet. Okay? ? Or something G else ? Waiting for a couple prescriptions. And then I sent a thumbs up. And I'm pretty sure he brought Chick-fil-A home. So, but I didn't even respond. I just sent the thing because I think he ended up calling me. But
my dad sent me a screenshot of the Fayetteville weather from his weather app because he doesn't. I use just like the Apple weather app to check the weather unless there's serious weather coming.
Mm-hmm.
And he does not believe that is reliable enough for me to know what is coming within the next few days.
Mm.
And he told me there's some very cold air and some snow, and to make sure I have food.
Well,
good advice, but yeah.
I have Monday, December 4th. I went to a basketball game, and I ended up being front row right behind the basket because it was like a Monday night game or something. I sent him a picture of my location. He said, "Wow, might have someone in you lap." I said, "Basically." And then I told him I forgot to bring my digital camera. He goes, "Wow." Or it would have, because I said it would have been a perfect day to take pictures because I was right there. Then I said, "Might end up on TV." And he just said, "Never know." And that was the end of that.
My dad texted me on the 31st. When we were at the Kansas City game, but with no preference. Like I had not texted him about the game yet. He just texted me, "Is it cold?" And I just said, "A bit." And then sent him a picture. And that was the end of the conversation.
On November 11th, it was a Saturday, so it was game day. That was the one that we sat in your... It was after my interview or something. I don't remember what this game was. But all he says is, "Yikes," shocked face. "Is Chad Morris back again?" And then I said, "And Enos, apparently." And that was the only thing.
Let's see. I got a text just randomly. "Have the trees lost all their leaves yet?" And I just said, "Yeah, for the most part."
This was a good one. This was the BYU game day, September 15th. I sent him a picture of the field and said, "Row 6. Said, "Nice. You can almost spit on BYU." And I said, "Basically, maybe I can toss them some bracelets." And he said, "Never know." So that was at 5 p.m.
Your dad's good old never know.
An hour and a half later at 6 p.m., "Did you spit on any BYU players?"
That's funny.
"No, I gave Danielle Musselman a bracelet." And he said, "Oh, good." And that was the end of that conversation.
Let's see. Well, these are all from when I crashed my car. So,
Fun. There was one he had sent one day similar to that one, though, where he just said, "Are the leaves pretty on campus?"
Yeah, like.
And our had they changed? And I said no. But that made me laugh. Oh, here. The one hockey game I went to. Before I had left the house, he said, "Let me know if there's any fights, because I want to know if anyone fights." So I told him mid-game, "No fights, but lots of shoulder checks and a few wall slams." And he said, "There's still time." And then I said, "They almost fought once because someone stepped in front of the goalie's face, or stopped in front of the goalie's face and set snow into his mask." And he said, "Egg them on. Get them fighting."
Egg them on.
And I said, "Hard to do from the balcony." And he said, "Throw a drink on one of them." And I said, "It's cold in here." He goes, "I'll bet. That'll anger him." And then I just said, "I'm sure." And that was it.
I got one. My dad was watching, because football was so bad, my dad was like, "You know what? I'm turned into Arkansas sports that we win in." He said, "I'm watching women's soccer." And so he was like, "Watch it on TV. And the injury was just in front of you. But I don't know what you're wearing to know if I saw you. Send me a selfie." And so I sent him one. And then he did, in fact, see me.
Nice.
But,
yeah, beginning of last semester, saw Coach Pittman today, but I didn't get to talk to him. That's what I said. He said, "Why didn't you say hello?" I said, "I was driving." He said, "That's no excuse. Hit him with your car first, then talk to him." And I said, "I don't think we have the money to be sued by an SEC head coach." And he said, "He wouldn't sue you. He'd just laugh about it later."
Just laugh about it later. Yeah. That's wild.
What else do I have? But that one had me. That did make me laugh.
I just think it's funny. Whenever we at York, sign into our UA Connect account. It does like the authenticator thing. And my dad was getting on so he could pay my tuition because someone got to pay for it. And it always, has to do the authenticator thing. And he'll just send me a number. Like this, it's just 14 is the number.
I have a bunch of those.
I'm in. They just crack me up every single time.
I was trying to log in. So I found out. So at home we have that Bally Sports or Bally Sports or whatever, which whenever there's home Thunder games, you can watch them on that channel. So we have that channel now, but I found out they have an app because I don't have it on my TV here. So I downloaded the app, but then you have to individually connect your TV account on every app that you sign on, like every device you sign into. And so it kept sending him codes. But then like he stopped getting them and then didn't get the codes till like midnight that night. And I was like, okay, well, that doesn't help me, but whatever. So but I'm going to have to do it again here at some point. So I'll just be having so many more codes that he's just sending me.
This one is funny to me. In the summer, I pay rent to my dad. And I sent him a text and I said, do I owe you $200 or $300? Because I forgot our agreed upon number. And he said, we are eating at Purple Cow. I had the milkshake for you. Love you. Can't wait to see you. $200. And
hey,
I was like,
you know what?
Okay.
Purple Cow is an iconic place.
I love Purple Cow.
I think we went a couple times when we used to play volleyball games down in Little Rock. And it was always a good time,
I enjoy.
And they always bring you the leftover from your milkshake.
Yes.
So that's good for them.
I was on TV once because of Purple Cow.
What?
So, Purple Cow, for their iconic purple milkshakes, use a Yarnell's, the ice cream brand. They supply them with their purple ice creams. It's, just a sweeter vanilla. But Yarnell's at one time was going out of business. And so there's a big thing about, who's going to supply the purple ice cream for Purple Cow, like whatever. Well, they were doing a news coverage of it. And I was in the restaurant drinking a purple milkshake. And the guy was like, talking to my dad. He's like, can I film her drinking this, whatever. And I was like, sure. And then they were like, do you want to be interviewed? And I was like, no. But I made it on there for drinking my milkshake.
Apparently, I got filmed for a commercial for Ted's Mexican in Oklahoma one time. Don't know if they ever used that footage, but they did film me wearing a sombrero.
Well, there you go.
But this was, so the day that we went to the Chiefs Bengals game, once we got there, I sent a picture to the family group chat. Said, might run into Taylor at this level. My dad says, nice. They have heaters, ? I said, no, but the hall is enclosed. And he goes, oh, okay. And then 10 minutes later, see Joe or Taylor yet? And then I said no. And then I was telling him how they had to inspect the binoculars. And then I don't know, a few minutes later, have you seen anyone yet? He really wanted to know.
Did you see anybody? Did you see them? Mine sent me a recall alert for the mini iron that I had for when I lived in a dorm freshman year. And I was like, Dad, I have an ironing board and a big iron now. I don't use this. We're okay. He sent me a picture of my friend who was reading a passage for church and they were watching on TV and just sent the picture and says, is this your friend? And I was like, yes. And he said, she just read the scripture during Stonebrier's service.
That's funny.
And I didn't know how to respond to that.
So you just didn't?
I just liked it.
Sometimes my dad will send, when Apple makes curated photo albums for him, he'll just send them to us.
That's funny.
And one will be faithful friends, of pets, or just ones of me and my mom or whatever. Yeah. Those are some of the best recent ones. I feel I don't know what else. Oh,
dads are just funny.
Such a silly man. Oh, back in September, he just sent a picture of decorations at Sam's and said, or at Lowe's, and just says, Christmas at Lowe's now.
I like your response. Wow.
That's how I never really know how else to respond, so I usually just say wow to most things.
My dad just randomly texted me, the house next to Coach Pittman's house just came on the market, $3.5 million. And then I had to specify in Fayetteville or in Hot Springs? And he goes, Lake. And I was like, okay.
You told him to buy it.
Yeah. That was back when we were playing better.
So September, my dad sent a video of our dogs running around. Marcy got the zoo miles all of a sudden. And then a couple days later, we had butterflies that we were releasing at the time. I've released 10 so far today. I said, wow. I taught my parents how to tell the difference between a male and a female. Like, I looked it up. So he has 4 males, 8 females, and then biologically, didn't ask how they identify.
Ah, well.
Classic dad joke.
Yeah.
And then the next day, I sent a picture of a new mat for our front door. It was $10. Try again. Because I guess our dog tore our old one up. And so he wanted to try again. But
I always get scared when my parents text me up, let me know when you can talk. And then I'm just like, okay.
Yeah, usually. Well, see, no, my dad actually doesn't give me forewarning. If there's he'll just call me out of nowhere, and it scares me because sometimes it's something that's nothing. Like one day he called me and I couldn't answer, but then I was freaking out. So I texted him, I was like, hey, I can't answer right now. I'm in a meeting. And he goes, oh, okay. I was just going to tell you, I got my windshield fixed today. But then also he'll call me, and one time he called me out of nowhere, or he texted me in class. He was like, are you in class? I said, yeah. And he goes, okay, call me when you get done. And so I was walking back, and it was on the main part of campus, and it's so hilly.
Yeah.
And I was out of breath, and I was like, I'm just going to wait till I get in my car. Well, I guess he realized that I was out of class. I don't know if he was tracking, if he was looking at my phone, or if he just remembered what time I get done.
Yeah.
And so he calls me as I'm walking. He's like, yeah, your uncle's in the hospital. He's probably going to die. I'm like,
okay.
Thank you so much. I can't breathe right now. And now you're telling me this. That is so awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's just.
I got when a tree fell on my house. My dad was instructing me on how I needed to take pictures
for insurance.
Yeah.
He just so silly. Yeah, I feel like those are our best ones right now that I can find. I could probably go way back, but I don't feel like it right now.
Yeah, dad texts are just funny. It's just the way they text.
Yeah.
It's so, to the point or without a point all at the same time.
Yeah. Gotta love them either way, though.
Yep. Too good.
But yeah, I feel like that was good. Good little time.
Don't really have anything left to talk about.
No, I'm sure we'll have more next week.
Yes.
But
till then, go be a world-class athlete.
Go be a world-class. I can never say it now. World-class athlete.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Too good.
Turn off. Why do you? Those things are so hard to get.
Well,